This is an InfoBlips LLC podcast network production.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up with John and Yancey. My name is John Haynes, and I'm here with my co-host, Yancey Seals.
What up, everybody? How you guys doing? What up, John?
Not much, man. I'm doing pretty good. First, I want to say, hey, pray for the people in Maui. Some horrible stories. The wildfire has totally decimated Lahaina, and we'll be doing more on that a little bit later. So anyway, man, what's going on with you today?
Well, not a heck of a whole lot, man. I tell you, man, my boy, 45, Coke, has been capturing the news lately, and we're just watching his steps. And I'm everybody else is saying this is such a sad day. I'm just waiting for every shoe to drop. I want to see all shoes hit the floor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want all the shoes to hit the floor. I'm with you on that, brother. I want everything to happen, and I'm waiting with bated breath for Georgia, man. And you called that from the beginning. I remember when you called that from the beginning, honestly. And you said that's going to be the one, and I was kind of like going, yeah, right, okay, but that's going to be the one. That I believe is going to make a big change in everything. The judge this morning told Trump that he has a First Amendment right, but he can't do certain things, and they put limitations on what he can and cannot do. What my thing is, I believe that Trump is attempting to taint the jury pool. So when they try to pull a jury, and they're going to say they can't have a fair trial, blah, 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 blah. It gives him a better chance at delaying the trial.
That's why he was so adamant about saying, getting all and talk about all the evidence and saying everything he possibly can. But the judge put a soft right through that and put a stop to that right away. So I was happy to hear and see that. So yeah,
absolutely, I'm very happy. She seems to be a very competent judge, and I'm real happy that she's ruling the way she is. Again, with a judge, you can't do anything but expect them to be fair. And that's about it. Not give your side everything, not give my side everything, but that way you can have a fair judgment and then let the people decide. Let the court decide. Be judged by your peers, basically. And I hope that's what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be done before the election. I think that they're aiming for that, and I think that it's good. I was very critical of. I'm batting not 100 yet. I was critical of the special counsel. But then I'm really glad that they had the special counsel now. That was my short-sightedness, because basically it separates the current administration from the investigation. And that's the way I see it. And then they saw, that's what they did. So all this thing about, well, Biden is taking them to court, Biden is trying, that's not true. And this started way before before this election even started, before we even knew Trump was going to run for office again. So don't, it's not that, and that's what they're saying, but it's not, don't listen to what they say, listen to the facts.
Yeah, I agree with you. I totally think there was a good idea to move to a special counsel. The whole idea with the January 11th committee, you had Merrick Garland, Merrick Garland, he's dealing with this thing. It took them too long. However, Smith didn't take long. Jack Smith took all of it.
No.
Bring that thing
in.
And he brought it in with clarity, and brought it with dignity, and there was no talking. That's why I use the word dignity. No one said nothing. He brought it in well. So yeah,
I agree with that. I was wrong. I totally agree that Jack Smith is doing a wonderful job. I'm like you said, he's moving along. He was quick. It wasn't like it was a lag time. Yeah. Like you said, he was quick. And and when I read the indictments, bro, I just cannot believe the detail that this guy goes into. I mean, I have to remember this guy, this Jack Smith, he had put with war crimes criminals on trial, and he's dug back in history and got these people convicted on war crimes. And basically, he's using the same talent to bring Donald Trump to accountability. And I'm not. If a jury of his peers find him not guilty, we'll have to go by that. But I mean, you look at it.
All it takes is one.
That's right, and that's the thing I'm really concerned about. It takes one person to not even say I don't agree, to say I don't fully believe or understand. Right. And that's it. And then he gets off. He gets off.
Yeah, but how many counts is it? How many counts there?
I think there's 7 right now. and then indictment. They started with 4.
So that one person will have to say all 7 counts. I don't believe it, and that would
No.
be that would be. Then they have to say, okay, this is the mistrial. This ain't working out. We got to do this again because that's not happening. And that's
Yeah.
I like the way what Jack Smith did. He didn't just threw no madness up on the wall and shoot a stick. My man was very methodical and analytical what he charged him with and what he knew he could get away with. Because he knew
masterful.
It's gonna be a Trump jury. Or
Yeah. And it's masterful, man. I mean, what I think he did is masterful. And then again, I wanted to make sure that I called you. You called the Georgia case way early on, and you said this is going to be the case that's going to make or break it. And you're right. I think that the case in Georgia, and I believe that there will be an indictment, and I hope that there will be an indictment because it's on tape. I mean, the guy committed a crime, and you can't do and say what he said and have the means. So here's the thing, and have the means of carrying it out. Okay. And he had both. He's the president of the United States telling a state you need to find these votes.
Yeah.
Man, come on. But again, the system, let the system play out, let it work out and see what happens.
The thing about that whole process is that we never heard the whole video. It's been said that he actually called to threaten this guy. so we haven't heard it all. Yeah,
I want to hear it because, like you said, they said that he threatened him. He threatened, the state of Georgia, basically. If you don't do what I want you to do, I'm like, whoa, things can happen. What? Again, Donald Trump is. Go ahead.
What do you think about the trial being televised?
I think it should be. I think the trial should be televised for several different reasons. Number one, it's unprecedented, and I think that people need to see and hear what's happening in the court of law. So that way you don't have to turn on me and listen to me saying, oh, this is what they said, or turn on, one of the other people and listen to what they have to say about it. You can hear it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can make a determination yourself. Yes,
right.
I think it should be televised. Absolutely.
Very much so. So I was listening to a commentator. She was MSNBC. She was out in Indiana at the World's Fair, and Indiana State Fair, excuse me. And so the anchor asked, so if Trump is indicted and convicted, what's going to happen? She shook her head. She said, "Civil war. It's going to be a civil war. It's going to be us against them." Here's what she noted. Because they have been taking so much from us for so many years. I'm not gonna tell you what color the person was who said it, but that's what she said.
They've been taking so much from us for several years.
And Trump is getting our stuff back. She had no tooth right here.
No teeth. Well, okay, I don't want to laugh about that. Okay, here's the thing, man.
No tooth right here. She had on a big ass Trump hat, a Trump shirt, and she just happened to be white. That not like that matters, but she just happened to be.
No, here's the thing, man. I listen to people, and I don't know what they mean by I understand what she's saying, that they've been taking stuff from us, and no one's taking anything from them. We've been making the playing field, trying to make it level, which they've been trying to not make it. It hasn't never been level. But okay, I understand her point. I don't understand her point of view. I listen to her point of view. But I agree with her analysis that there probably is going to be some type of violence. Man, I say this, and I don't say this happy-hearted or lightheartedly. I do not want any type of violence. I think it would be horrible for people to experience that. But what is the alternative if it's presented with you? You either wind up defending yourself and your family, or you wind up going by the way of the fascists and what they want to do, what they want you to do. This is what Hitler did, man. And, they start going into people's houses that didn't agree with them. They started, secret lists and stuff like that. There's I'm talking, and actually, what is it called? The Lincoln Project. I posted a video that they have called Bloodlines, and you should really look at that. And I want to try to see if I can get. Well, I'm going to get into their realm and try to do some work with them. But they have one thing. They have something called Bloodlines, and it's basically tells the truth about Mussolini, exactly what he did and exactly what Hitler did. This is the same thing that we're experiencing here in the United States. Is it new? No, it's not new. It's old, but it's the old story that's being played out in modern times. And we have to really understand our history, which people don't want to be taught. We weren't really taught history. We were indoctrinated. We weren't really taught history. We were taught what they wanted us to know, what was supposed to know. I don't know, I didn't say that right, but basically it wasn't history. The more I find out about history, the more I understand that I was not taught history in school. I was indoctrinated, and I was indoctrinated well, did good, but still.
Well, think about it. We was indoctrinated when they brought us over on ships. It was meant to indoctrinate at that point. Here's a God, and I want you guys to start worshiping. I want you to start worshiping and reading this Bible right here, so you can be good little Christians. And that's indoctrination, man. I'm sorry.
That's what happened. That's what happened, and we can get in further, but the bottom line is, yes, he's saying exactly, and they didn't even tell the truth or factual truth about the Bible that they presented to people. And that's just, all of it's been based on lies. And I say that very seriously. Everything we were taught, not everything, but most of the things we were taught was basically half truths, or it was set there to skewer the other side to what they don't want you to know. Right. It was set there to indoctrinate you and to keep you where they want you to be. You know what, man? One of the things, but real quickly, I want to talk about that guy in Provo, Utah, because this is very serious. The cat in Provo, Utah, is a guy in Provo, Utah that the FBI went to go visit, and because he had been putting out things on his social media about killing Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and he had the means to do it. He was basically setting up to do it. The FBI went to go talk to him, according to what I just read, that he pointed a weapon at them and they neutralized him. Basically, they took him out. The reason why I'm saying that is because we don't understand that there's a thing called the Republican Death Squad, okay, and the RDS. And if you see those signs on people, understand that these people are not joking. They're nothing to play with, okay? These people are trained. They know what they're doing. And, they're there to try to take people out. I have a question to ask anybody. I mean, we'll take the opposition that they consider out. Question to ask everybody. If God forbid, Joe Biden was incapacitated or deceased, and Kamala Harris was incapacitated or deceased, who would be the president of the United States?
McCarthy.
Exactly. Think about that. And if you think for 2 seconds that people that are this person, Colt 45, who's fighting for his entire life right now, is beyond that, I don't think you understand the seriousness of this situation. If
you got to take this thing serious, and you got to keep your head on the swivel. This Republican death squad, that's real. That's a real thing.
It's real.
I guess it's real. I'm not part of it. I don't even go by what I read. I hope it's not real, but it is. Keep on the swivel and stay woke. And just to go back about the other thing about history. Now in comes Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis said he's gonna take this a step forward, a couple more few steps. You ain't gonna teach that in my state. You're gonna slavery in my state. And what more, you learned a trade while you was in slavery. So that made you guys a better people. This is what Ron DeSantis is telling you guys. Now, tomorrow, the next day, what does he do? He fired a duly elected DA.
Judge. DA.
And so what did he do? The person she lost to, who lost to her, he put that person in charge.
See, here's the thing. Again, autocracy. Look the word up. Okay. The Republican Party, they want an autocratic government. They want an autocratic state. So that way he could, and he's doing it. He could do things like that. If a DA or a judge or, doesn't do what you want them to do, you just fire them. Basically, you're the boss. No one is above you. You are the boss. There is no legislative process or anything like that. You are the boss. Ron DeSantis, and you called that one too. Ron DeSantis is a very dangerous person, and I don't think he'll get anywhere near the Oval Office unless Trump. Yeah, not this round. And even I think unless if Trump is unable to run, he may get some play. But Ron DeSantis and his way of thinking is insane. Basically saying that slavery was, well, this is what happened. We went over to Africa, we presented the people there with an opportunity to take an international cruise and take an international cruise to a new land and to learn new things and get some type of education, right? And to learn a new trade, right? And in doing so, help an organization or help a country grow. And that's what we wanted. That's what we did. It wasn't in slavery. You were fed. We fed them. You were fed. You had housing. You what do you want? We don't give things away in the world. Nothing's free in the world. And people chose that opportunity.
We introduced you to our God. What more you want?
I mean,
what more you want?
And people think this is a joke, and it's not. It's not a joke. Even though we tell it how, the way it is, but this is what Ron DeSantis once taught, and that will be once taught in his state. Basically, that slavery was nothing but more than an opportunity that was presented to people of Africa to come over to and help create the Americas.
And they took. This is what he's saying. And they took the opportunity.
Yeah. So they went on an international cruise and one-way cruise and anyway, this is what Ron DeSantis once taught in the schools, and people then in Georgia that's what they'll understand. That's what they'll believe.
Right.
I don't understand. This is crazy. It's in this world, is especially our system. I say it all the time, the system, and I keep saying the system's broken, but what if the system is operating exactly the way it was supposed to operate?
Make you want to think, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Going to Georgia, and like I said, I do believe Georgia is going to be the armpit of this whole thing. Georgia right now, I already know he's going to be indicted, because if he wasn't going to be indicted, if she didn't know he's going to be indicted, first of all, you wouldn't have those barriers up around that courthouse. They wouldn't be there. All the barriers up, everything's going on. She has have death threats. She's been called the N-word. I don't know how many damn times she said. I can't even count how many times I've been called that. Death threats to kids, to family, everyone. They said she had a sexual affair with one of her clients. They are really, really doing this lady in. They really are. But that's all right. She's tough.
Here's the thing, like you said, what I'm saying is that she has death threats, man, for doing her job. Death threats. And this is credible. Don't think that this is just calling up, I'm gonna kill you. No, these people are very serious. The person in Provo, Utah, he already had plotted out how he was gonna do it. I mean, and that's the reason why. And one of the things that I did read that gave me pause was that the tip that the FBI received was from Truth Social, which is Donald Trump's mouthpiece, is from his organization. So I'm like going, wow, okay, so maybe they have another fly on the wall in there that said like, hold up, y'all, this is what's going on, because this part of it is very serious, people. I mean, don't take it. Now, we said it before, be prepared for like different things to happen. Look, we got to talk about Montgomery, Georgia. Everybody's all, I've seen all the memes, I've seen all the things that people are, the hat throwing up and everything, and everybody's making a big joke about this, and it's all, I take exception to all that. I don't find it a joke. I don't find it funny. The metal chair and all that kind of stuff. I don't find all that funny. The thing is that these are the fact that these people had the audacity to tell a captain of a ship that no, we're not moving, And then when he gets off the ship, and they sat there for 40 minutes, and then when he gets off the ship, take another smaller ship into there to talk to him, then he was attacked. The person, the captain of the ship, happened to be black. The people that attacked him happened to be white. The thing that really, anyway, they ganged up on him, but he threw his hat up in the air, and which is, I was told, is some type of warning sign. I didn't know we had a bat signal where you throw your hat up in the air and people are supposed to come and help you. The thing that I saw was that he threw his head up in the air. He had himself at a serious disadvantage, and he got his ass kicked.
But throw his hat up in the air?
No, they jumped on him.
If he kept his hat on, he wouldn't have got a butt whooping?
No. What I'm saying is when somebody come up in your face, right? Mm-hmm. And the way he did it, when you threw your head up and he threw his head up in the air, he left everything all exposed, and the guy ran at him. I don't know. I just don't find it very funny. I mean, I know everybody jumped in, and I'm the oddball here. I don't find that the dock where they used to bring in the slaves that this happened. I don't find it funny that this is the place of the birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan. I don't find it very funny or very amusing that all of this happened in a time and in a place where, in a small town, let's put it like that, in a small town.
Well, here's my thought on this, and John and I are probably going to disagree on this one. Well, we do disagree. First of all, I don't think the action was funny at all. It wasn't funny at all. The memes were hysterical. I'm sorry. When they put those memes, that was just hysterical. I saw a guy in Walmart with a folding chair as a backpack. Come on, that's funny.
I mean, I'm not saying they weren't funny. My daughter sent me one, man, of this woman on the phone ordering the Montgomery, Alabama kick-ass chair. And and they're like, she goes, oh no, not that one, the whoop-ass chair, the metal one. Yeah, that one. I'm like, okay.
First did it was absolutely 100% wrong, and the first thing I thought about was pure ass white privilege. That's what jumped in my mind. White privilege. They had the audacity to think, because I'm white and I got my pontoon boat, I can park it just like anybody else. But when the black captain came out and said, I'm sorry, sir, you can't park it. We're bringing another ship that's coming in. You need to move. Can you move, please? White dude said, hell no, I'm a Trumper. I'm an American citizen. I have every right. No, sir, you don't. I have to bring in another ship. Then it went off. And the man said, well, okay, I don't know what happened. The dude said, well, I'll kick your ass. Here's what I think. I don't know.
You're paraphrasing, right?
I'm paraphrasing. I'll kick your ass. You in? Let's do this. I
mean, it's been all over everything. Now, the part that is interesting is that when they called the police, and then the police started arresting the aggressors, which is what should have happened. But we all know, we may not all know, but I know that if it wasn't for a video camera, if it would have been different people that responded, right, that would have went down totally different. But yeah, and then one guy turned himself in. Look, it was wrong. It was wrong. And they jumped this guy for doing his job. The reason why I'm saying I don't find it funny is because this is serious. Attacks on Black people have increased since 2016. The police departments have been most police departments, I'm not going to say all, most police departments have been very, very aggressive toward people of color since 2016. It's just, it's not, to me, this is an escalating type of thing that's happening.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I know.
These are only little sparks. These are only little strikes of the matches. It ain't burning yet. These are just strikes, little small strikes. Let Trump get indicted. Not get convicted.
Convicted.
Let that happen. Now,
that's when you're going to see a problem. And one of the things I heard about, which I'm in Georgia, they're like saying, no, we're not giving him any type of special action. He's going to be treated like every other criminal or every other suspected criminal. He's going to get a mugshot. He's going to get handcuffed. He's going to be, and that's what should happen. If nobody's above the law, and if a legal system that no one's above the law and everybody's treated equally, that's what it should have happened. You know, whether or not it's uncomfortable or not, it's not. Well, he was a president. He was a president of the United States. He is not now. Okay, he is not now. He's a citizen,
No,
basically.
he is a indicted criminal, is what he is. That's what he is.
Pretty much. And then so now, so I'm just waiting for all this to be over with, to let it all, like you said, let all the other shoes drop, man. And let's get this thing going, because I don't think it's going to happen before the election. I think that people should know who they're electing. Not that it's going to make a big difference, because people who are going to vote for Trump would vote. He could kill Jesus and they would still vote for him. He could do it on the news and they would still do it. They would, you know, they would still vote for him because they think that he is he's God.
He's going to be the GOP nominee because you can't beat him unless you go after him, and they're not going after him.
No, they're not.
To go after. He's not even going to the debates because he said, I ain't gonna let these people ask me nasty questions. They're only polling at 1%, 3%. Why? What the hell do I want to go there? I agree with him there. I totally agree with him there. If you don't need to go, why go? I agree.
No, I get the thing. One of the things that I said that it's really coming to pass is that if we waited 3 years, and it's an election coming up now, and that's going to be used as an excuse. And that's the part that I wish we had I wish they would have done this a little sooner. However, I do like Jack Smith. I want to go on the record saying I do like Jack Smith, which I had said I didn't like him. I do like him. I think he's doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's really what's happening right now in the world. I mean, the thing in Maui, which is taking forefront, and then you have the person that's in Provo, Utah, that was
killed, shot.
Killed, shot. Yeah, it was taken out because of my mind was going all kind of ways because he wanted to kill the president and Kamala Harris. And then there's the Montgomery, Alabama thing that happened with the what they call the Montgomery whoop ass. Try that in a small town type thing. I mean,
next week gonna be exciting week, you guys. I'm telling you, next week is gonna be exciting. We probably do a special broadcast that day. It's gonna be really, really exciting.
It's gonna be good.
I really can't. I can't wait.
Again, guys, what we do here is we you know, I give you verifiable factual information, and so that way when you hear something that happened, if you tune in or if you see a special that come up from InfoBlips, I'm going to give you verifiable factual information. Yancey's going to give you commentary. Okay, so which is great because it makes the show work well. It makes the show work well. We're doing our thing, and I really the Sintown Project is moving along, people. Listen, I put out a thing saying I put out on Facebook saying that a post on Facebook saying that if you want to be part of this documentary, you need to get your email address to infoblips1@gmail.com. If we do not have a way of contacting you, there's no way we can have your story added to this particular documentary.
You guys heard that, right?
Period. Period. I mean, but it's moving along, and we're going to be doing some B-roll shots. Leland Sparks is going to be doing some shots, and you know, I think Yancey, you're going to join us out there when I get out there, and we're going to do some interviews, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to have a great time, and you know, so it's all in cracking, as they say. It's all in cracking. It's rolling, and we have a bunch of dates. A couple of people, very influential people, say that they would definitely join. So hey, we're moving right along.
Have some special guests out there. You never can tell.
Yeah, you don't know. All right, guys. I know, right? What? What you say? No.
Close the show. He's getting ready to start lying.
Oh, guys. Okay, so listen, that's it. That's all we have today. You know, and we want to tell you guys, thank you. We very appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you so much for listening to us and for making your comments and stuff like that. Pray for the people of Maui. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, keep them in your heart and prayers. They really need it, man. Because if you never experienced, I never have experienced kind of tragedy like that, man. It's just like it's here today, and 2 minutes is gone. And how do you put that in your brain?
How do you process that? How do you process that? And being, I don't know, that's just rough. But anyway, the people there are resilient and they're strong, and I pray for them. Anyway, man, that's about it for me today. You guys, thank you very much for joining the weekly wrap up with John and Yancey. We'll see you next week. And don't forget to listen to Sundays with Shay. Okay. All right, guys. Peace.
If you want to learn something.
Yeah.